Hi, I'm Debbie with Nixene Publishing, and we are resuming our conversations with very interesting people in the graphene world. We're coming to you from Florida here for myself, Yorkshire, England for Adrian, and we have a special guest today, and that is Dr. Chris Griggs, who is coming to us from Vicksburg, Mississippi, and he is someone who works with the U.S. Army ERDC, and he's going to tell you a lot about the cool things that they're doing over there. Hi, Chris, welcome.
Hi, Debbie, thanks. Yeah, so I'm Chris Griggs. I am a senior research physical scientist at the U.S. Army Engineer Research and Development Center. We're in the business of solving problems, and graphene is something that we've been interested in working with for a while. We've been active for about 5-6 years now, and we're seeing a lot of application space for a lot of the challenges that we're facing, both for military and civil application.
It is great to have you here, Chris, and we're excited about the things that you're doing over there. We've got a lot of news in the graphene world from you. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing and some of the things that you can tell us about?
Sure. Yeah. So I work in the environmental lab. So we look through that lens in terms of environmental mitigating environmental hazards and contaminants, and looking at pollution sources and things like that. So a lot of what we do is develop chemistries and novel materials and processes for treating complex waste streams. And so graphene has found its way into our portfolio, both in the media and the chemistries in terms of what we've been using to clean certain types of water. But we also are looking through a bigger lens too, is that, from a chemistry point of view, that graphene is carbon, and carbon is also an issue. So I think that one of the things that we're really excited about is the opportunity to use graphene and advanced carbons, both and other 2D materials, both as a mechanism and a media to clean water, air, and other matrices, but also to harness waste forms of carbon and transform them into graphene to something that's usable. So it's basically both a source and a sink. And we try, in terms of the science, technology, engineering, mathematics, STEM research that we have, we usually bring in a lot of students in the summer. And so one of the things that we've been doing for the past, since 2017, 2016, is we give them all a graphene project, because we feel like graphene is the future. So we're getting our young minds exposed to graphene. And it's funny that you mentioned that. So sometimes we have, whoever shows up first gets the best project, right? So I had a really, interesting chemistry project that I had for our first intern, which was about polymer science. And I had really high hopes for that one. Then I had another one where we're going to put catalytic metals into our baseline material, our graphene composites, for these catalysis reactions. And I said, this is going to be great too. And then I had one person who showed up last, and I said, well, we have all these different, types of wastewater. Just take some of the small, pieces of our composites and see how they interact with these different wastewaters, different, chemistries and things and so forth. And it's funny, the last one that I just said, just try this, and very little thought in it, actually was the catalyst and the genesis of everything we're doing now. And I went in and saw that they put it into a flask of water, and everything that was in there, it was crystal clear, and all of the, the suspended solids and the microbial stuff in there was all either completely flocculated out, or it was stuck to the membrane and it was completely clear. And I said, you completely removed everything in the water column with that little swatch of our material. And I was like, what's going on here? And so that's what we've been chasing for the past 3 years, of like what that mechanism is. And we're getting close. So.
Well, I love the idea that you're working with the students, because that's one of the big things that they're talking about right now is, dialing up advanced materials for the future. And because the future's now, and we need to get workforce trained up and all of that, to be aware of it.
Yeah, and it's been really good for recruiting too, because graphene is gaining a lot of salience. Just people are now more familiar with it, and so it's attracting some really good people. So some of the people that we've been able to recruit, they specifically came here because they wanted to work with graphene. So
that's great.
And so they're like, so basically we give them an interview, and they're like, "Who's the person doing the graphene research?" And I'm like, so it's been good for me, because I've been able to recruit our best people. You know what I mean? So everybody's good, but I've actually got a very good team, and I think a lot of people are interested in these next generation materials.
So you are the U.S. Army's Mr. Graphene, Chris.
Now, I don't know about that, but I am very pro graphene, and there's other people that are working with it as well. But within my organization, I've put together a very multidiscipline, cross-functional team, ranging from our geotechnical and structures people, in terms of concrete and asphalt and polymers, to our environmental people, to some of our other disciplines as well. So one of the things that I'm trying to do is to build a solid presence for graphene within our organization, so that we can get the right people to answer the right questions, because it's something that, our leadership, all the way to our director level, Dr. David Pittman, he's very pro graphene, and he sees the potential there, and he's been very supportive to us. And so I'm just trying to be the person that's getting the right people together to have the right conversations. And so I am passionate about it, and I have some IP and some publications in the area, but I think that the future is going to be very multidisciplinary.
Well, I thank you so much for your time, Chris, and for the conversation. You and Adrian are great to listen to when it comes to this. I appreciate it. We'll look forward to hearing a lot more from U.S. Army ERDC and Dr. Chris Griggs.